Hey everybody, I'm Blitz. Welcome to a brand new series of a game called Ark Survival Evolved. Most of you are familiar with this game. What it is basically a dinosaur survival game, and it is available as part of the Xbox preview platform, which is a kind of an early access for indie games on Xbox One. And it is available on December 16th, 2015 for $35. A little bit steep if you ask me for an indie game still in development, but the game will be going live sometime as a full release title next summer. So if you did want to get on it now and play along with it, you can go ahead and do that now. I'll have the links down below in the video description, as well as much more information on the game if you are looking for that. So this video, what it's going to do is kind of go through the server settings of a single player game or a private game that I'll be playing along with. It's kind of similar to the Pooping Evolve server that my multiplayer series is going with, but just wanted to share with you guys what it goes through. So I've had a lot of questions on this, and this should answer a lot of them. So here we go. This is the main map for the host Ark settings, or setting up a dedicated server. I believe on the Xbox, if you set up a private server, you have to have your own server. You have to have an additional Xbox running as a dedicated server, so you can't play on the same Xbox. Kind of weird, but it makes sense. There's going to be hopefully some remedy for that in the future. So here in the host Ark settings, these are going to be changed up a little bit. Here on the left side, these are the kind of the party and the chat stuff. As a single player game, these are going to be turned off since there's nobody going to be joining up with me. We don't really need to know when a player left if there's no player on there. Up here we have allow flyer carry PvE, so this will allow people to pick up other people. I believe that's what it does. Disable structure decay, we're going to turn that off. This can be on or off as it's single player. Disable structure decay, so I don't want structures actually decaying. And then we have PvE mode, hardcore mode, we're going to keep that off because that's if you die you're done. PvE mode doesn't matter because there's no PvP to play against. Enable crosshair is something nice, so you can get a crosshair up and running so you can actually see where you're aiming at. And we can show the player on the map, that's always good too. Force no HUD. I'm not sure what that does, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it off because it seems a little bit wonky to me. So over here we have a couple interesting things, and these are really difficult to kind of describe. So the day cycle speed, this basically allows your day to be longer. If we put it all the way over to the left side, we can point actually all the way to 0. This will make it so the day does not advance. Basically the day is stuck at the current time period. If you want it to be morning all the time or nighttime all the time, that's what you do. So I'm going to bring it over to 0.6, which will be 40% faster, or 40% slower, or 60% of the total speed of the regular day. Should make days a little bit longer. And then time speed, so bring this over too, so days will be slower, or the days will advance slower, if that makes sense. If you want the daytime to go slower, to the left, and if you want it to go to the right, you make it faster, or it goes faster to the right. Nighttime speed, I do want the nighttime speed to go fast, because I really hate how dark it gets in this game at night. So I'm going to bring it over to 2.5, and I believe that is 2.5 times faster than the regular nighttime. So we're going to have a longer daytime and a short abbreviated nighttime. So it'll happen like once every couple hours rather than once every 15 minutes if you change it up differently. So these other things, dino damage, player damage is structure damage. So dino damage is how much damage a dino does. Player is how much a player does. Structure damage is how much damage a structure can take, I believe. Like the hit point pool of it. I think that's how it is. I'm not positive on that. That's kind of a weird one. And then down here, the player resistances. So how much more spongy you are, how much more damage you can absorb and resist. Same with the dino resistance. We're going to leave all of these at 1. Just leave them regular. Same with the structure resistance. And then the XP multiplier. So this will allow us to gain experience a lot faster, and same with the taming speed. So the reason behind these, I guess these 3 settings up here, harvest amount, is because we don't have a team, or we don't have a group of people on the server to help us out getting things. So we don't have a mammoth. Somebody doesn't have a mammoth if we're just starting out to get a bunch of wood, or someone doesn't have a triceratops to get a bunch of berries. And this will help me level up and help you guys level up a little bit faster. It'll help dinosaurs tame, so we aren't sitting around somewhere for 10 hours waiting for a dinosaur to tame. I just don't have time for that, and I don't find it fun. A couple other things over here is the player water drain. So I'm going to drop this down 3% or 30%. And these are how much water you need. So I need 70% less, I need 30% less water, or 70% of the total amount of water. Same with food and food for the dino and the player. So these will just allow us to not have to refill troughs and eat and drink as much. Same with the stamina drain. So this is an interesting one. Stamina drain. So the slider changes your stamina, or energy if you want. Put the slider to the left and you'll be able to run very far. So the farther left we go, the less stamina is drained. And same with these. We're going to leave those up. And the health recovery, we're going to stay the same. So harvest health here is an interesting one. Harvest health, if you have it all the way to the left, if you hit a berry bush, or if you pick a berry bush, you may get the entire contents of the berry bush instantly. If you put it all the way to the right, the berry bush may take 15 or 20 gathers from it to get everything out of it. I'm going to leave it where it is. The same with the structured decay period. This is going to stay where it is too. I don't believe this affects the single player game. If you are wondering about it, it basically is how fast a unmaintained PvE structure will stay there. So I'm just going to leave that the way it is. And then resource respawn period. This one's kind of cool too. Basically on the 1.0 nothing changes, but if you put it to the left, if you chop down a tree, another tree will grow back faster. If you put it to the right, it'll take longer for a tree to respawn. Host dedicated server, so if you click that button, it'll host a server for your buddies to play on, and then delete the dedicated server data if you did want to reset these settings and start a new world. You'd have to do that, then clear everything out through the Xbox Managed Games platform, which I've already done before. So I guess that's going to kind of do it for this video. If you are interested in seeing a series, a Let's Play series of the Xbox One version, stay tuned to this. If not, we're just going to say thanks for watching and keep your stick on the ice. We'll catch you next time.